Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and partner, our long national nightmare is over. After 6 months away, we're back to playing football.
And this is way better than Watergate, isn't it? Now we get to have some fun. Watch the veterans. They'll play a little bit. We know that. But the big thing, this new crop of rookies and young guys, they get their chance to take the field and earn their spot.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy night. And off we go from Soldier Field. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be Case Keenum, the 6'1 QB out of the University of Houston.
Am I dating myself if I say I saw him play as a redshirt freshman at Houston? Called his bowl game that year?
Nah, not really.
Is that okay?
Because you're hip, you're young.
All right, thanks. But he went on and shattered records while at the University of Houston, NCAA records. In fact, he threw 9 touchdown passes in a single game, and he's a skillful, nifty operator, especially if the running game is working well for him, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
To throw on second down is Keenum. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run a draw here on second down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game. And it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
That's caught by Howard, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Holding, offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensive with nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 49 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard from 17 yards out, and the Bears have taken the early lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Sutton now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They'll run here with Freeman. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw, and he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out left to Shaheen. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not so happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He can run for it, and he will. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a 1st down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield?
And all the way home for a Broncos score. In for the score. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a spin. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but
Still
all for
first
naught
down.
on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. And it's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Lawson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And the ball is knocked out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw on second. Here's Kelly. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lawson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here's Kelly from the gun on third down. This will be caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw, Kelly. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jake Bunt, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are in for 6.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here's Kerwin Williams. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. He'll drop to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So here's the kicker, Caleb Sturgis, on to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. 3 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started less than 1 month from tonight. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the thing.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll set up a throw. And this is complete to Zach Miller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And able to follow his center and pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And fights him off. They'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks, and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Escaping the... And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. He stepped right up like a pro.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Now a first down throw. Kelly. Oh, it's caught. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Now Kelly. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. As his guys are in for 6, and the Broncos will add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, suddenly
he'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Off the toss, Cohen. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Javon Wims, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Well, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Broncos score. How about that? Their quarterback, 59 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Well, plays like that make the O coordinator look like a genius, but I don't think he saw that play going that well.
No, I don't think so either. But, boy, it all worked out perfectly. They caught them in the right defense. Guys dropping off into coverage, their eyes averted somewhere else. And guess what? He filled the void with his legs.
Williams now on the return. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here tonight, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Got a man open. It's Wims. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He needed two, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Open man is Darius Fountain. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Manuel. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Here's Manuel. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Holding. Defense.
So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
All right, here we go.
To throw is Kelly. Throwing on 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Javon Wims, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And coming out now, the Broncos. Getting down to the end here, they have a two-score lead. Barely, but it's a two-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. He gets away from one. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.